are going to start recording. That's good. So our topic is Introduction to Excel, and we are going to cover some core concepts like our table of contents is going to be on number 1, Introduction to Spreadsheets, these same spreadsheets that we've been talking about every day. So I know that everybody already know what spreadsheet is. Then we're going to also talk about work surface of Excel, like work surface of work interface of spreadsheets. Obviously, it's going to be Excel, right? Then the next one is going to be the first file. We're going to be creating our first Excel file today. Maybe we have created it before, but maybe we'll have not. But we are going to be creating our very first cell in Excel topic, like in Excel subjects today. Then we are going to be learning everything about formatting. All those assignments you've done, you're going to be putting them into practice today to see how these things are done, how to format your table, how to do all of these things. But basically, I'm going to walk you through the theoretical part of it, so you just have a like a simple understanding of what they mean before we go into Excel. Then finally, we are going to talk about cell referencing, and your assignment is going to be based off on this cell referencing, okay? So you may want to pay attention. Now, what is spreadsheet? Can someone tell us what is spreadsheet from everything we've been discussing here? Maybe I should pick, or someone just raise your hand and tell us. I want you to tell us, Mr. Isaac Barno, please unmute so that I can explain to us what you understand by spreadsheet before I unveil the slide. Please unmute Mr. Isaac. Hi, Mr. Isaac. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Neka, yeah, sure. You can unmute. Hi, Neka, please unmute.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, I'm good.
Yeah, please, what is spreadsheets? Can you explain spreadsheets and worksheet for us?
Okay, spreadsheet is a kind of um a software category that involves rows and columns. So they are usually used in financial based industry. And then a worksheet is just like a file. No, a worksheet is like a page in a file, a part of a file. So like a Microsoft Excel, you have the worksheet and the workbook. So the workbook is like the file, while the worksheet is like a page in the file. For example, an exercise book. So an exercise book is the workbook, while the pages in the exercise book is the worksheet. Thank you.
Great. Yeah. So I wish I could tell the whole class to clap for you. That was amazing. Thank you so much, Neka. So, uh, a spreadsheet is just like she said, is simply a computer application for computing organization. Okay, for computing, for organizing, and then analysis and storage of data in tabular form. So just like she mentioned, is a structured sheet that you use to, I don't need to, waste time on this because we've done it a couple of times. Everybody here knows it. Spreadsheets were developed as computerized analog of paper accounting worksheets. Okay. The program operates on data entered into the cell of a table. So what you take note here is that when you're talking about spreadsheets, it means you're talking about a structured table that has cells. So this didn't just start now, even way back, even before data analytics started, even before Excel came out, there has been spreadsheets. People used to take record. Let me see if I can show you a picture of the traditional. Yeah, exactly. Look at it. So spreadsheets, the traditional way, the olden days, they used to have something like receipts. Like if you enter a shop, maybe if you go to Onisha and enter an Igbo man shop, they always have a notebook, a very long notebook where they record their sales. They'll just record this is what was sold, this is the quantity that was sold, this is the amount, and this is the total amount, something like that. As you can see clearly here, they record it manually with pen. Then this is now the electronics part, which is spreadsheets. The current one, like we can refer this to Excel. You can see how it is neatly recorded. So the difference between these two now is that this one is just a paper, but this is a software. This one is more sophisticated. This one can do a lot of things. This one makes your life easier. This one makes your life, your calculation, your work extremely easier because it can help you populate a lot of things. You can do aggregations. You can, in fact, it can suggest things for you. You don't even need to cram your head and all that. But look at this one, how dirty it is. But there is something very common between the two of them. The traditional one and this one, you can see that they all form a table. Even in the traditional one, they used to create a table. I think I could remember then in primary school when we used to go to school, when we are doing something like this, we use a ruler. In fact, even when you when you buy a new notebook, you always use a ruler to rule, like, to mark it out and all that. So there's a table that is common between them, which means even in the olden days, they were storing their data in a structured way. But Excel now modernized it. It's now electronical. Then that's the number one. The second thing that is common between them is that you can see that these things are stored in cells. So there are cells in these tables. They are stored in different cells. So even in the olden days, they still kept that structured manner of storage of the information or data in cells. There are different cells in the table. So this is called spreadsheets. They use it to record data or to store data basically, or to organize. I think the key word is to organize, to store or to record or to analyze data, because automatically by looking at this traditional one, you can see that they've actually analyzed this data, just that they cannot visualize it here. But you can see this column contains even all those rules, those three rules we talked about last week or the other day. You can see that this ID column now in the traditional one contains this ID now contains just numbers, serial numbers, arranged chronologically. This name column contains just name. This color column contains just color. So they actually obey the rule of storage. Like their data is clean to an extent though. But here you can see the difference is very clear in this modern one. So a spreadsheet, Excel, of course, Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet developed by Microsoft for Windows. So my Excel actually runs on Windows, it runs on Mac OS, it runs on Android and also on iOS. So Excel can be said to be like the widely used, the most common or the most widely accepted spreadsheet until Google Sheet came out. Yeah. Even till now, because Excel is still, most people still prefer using Excel as their spreadsheet to store their, to organize their data and all of that. So, and the good thing is that it is universally accepted. If you learn how to use Excel in Nigeria, if you go to America, it is the same Excel they are using. So what you know here is still the same thing here. If you go to Europe, it is the same Excel, right? So the features, calculation or computation capabilities, graphing tool, pivot table, and micro programming language called Visual Basic. So Excel actually also does programming, but it is called Visual Basics, VBA. So these macros, because you are going to meet SQL, maybe at a point even Python. So Excel is not really popular for this. Like it's not a popular thing. This macros is used for automation most of the times, and Python can do that automation very well for you. And currently, they've developed a lot of AI softwares inside Excel, like something like Copilot can also do your automation for you so easily. So this macros is not really popular anymore. And in fact, all your life as a a data analyst, you may never ever come across it. All right. So we are going to be looking at the work surface of Excel. So we are done with the first part, which is explaining. Let me just be marking it so that you can understand. We've done the introduction to spreadsheets. Since we already know what spreadsheet is, there's no point wasting time on it. We're just going to rush it. Okay. So the next one is We need to understand Excel work surface. Number one thing we'll be looking at here is the table and ribbons. We are going to look at rows and columns. We're going to look at workbook and worksheet. We're going to also look at cell and range. Then we're going to look at navigation. So let's start with tabs and ribbon. We are going to, once I move to Excel, I'll just explain all of them because we know everything here. So there's no point wasting time here. But I need someone to help us to explain what is tab and ribbon. What do they understand by tab and ribbon? Then someone else will explain workbook and worksheets. Someone else will explain, okay, nothing else. I think I have not explained this row. Okay, row and column. You should know row and column as well. Then someone should, I've not explained range to you, and then also navigation. Those are the two things that I know we don't know here. So who is going to tell us what they understand by tabs and ribbon? Quickly, please. We don't have time for this, but we just have to touch it because is in our content today. Tab and ribbon. Mr. Musa Olamilekan, he has run away. Who's gonna help us? Who's gonna help us? Hi,
I can
Karine.
help.
Hello, Karine. Karine has run away.
I can
Karine.
help, sir.
Okay. Please go on.
Tabs, I can say tabs are the groups of ribbons that are found in computer application or in Microsoft. And ribbons are tools. Eh, Ribbons are tools to utilize when using the Microsoft.
Excel. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
What did you say tabs are again?
Tabs are the groups of ribbons
Okay.
that are there to use when you want to use computer application.
Okay, yeah, that's good because I agree with you. Because tabs are not only in Excel, even in your Power BI, sorry, even in your Microsoft Word, even in your PowerPoint, you have tabs there. Even in any software you open, actually, you have tabs that that you use to navigate around the different ribbons you want to use. So well done, Cindy. Thank you so much for that. So go ahead, Mr. Mako. You're going to explain row and column to us. Marco Chukwu. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Good evening, sir.
How are you?
Okay. Rows in Excel are, are in a form of tabular form which are used for data entries. Rows are the horizontal part of a spreadsheet, while the
Row,
column are the
row,
vertical
row.
rows.
How is row
The rows,
horizontal, Mr. Marco Chukwu? Rows.
the rows are the horizontals, while the
Okay.
columns are the vertical part of the spreadsheet used for data entry.
Thank you very much. So where a row and a column meet is called what?
It's called the cell.
Cell. That's great. Thank you so much for that answer. That's correct. So who's going to help us with workbook and worksheets? Thank you, Marco.
Well, let me help.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, the workbook, let me say workbook is a collection of worksheets. And then the worksheet is a single page of the Excel.
Okay. Okay,
Hello.
maybe you can say workbook is like
Yeah.
is a sheet, is a
Since
spreadsheet. Hmm? Workbook is a
yeah,
page
that's what
of a
I said. It's a
spreadsheet.
collection of yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Workbook is a collection of worksheets.
Okay.
And then the worksheet is a single page of what? Excel.
All right. That's great. Thank you for that great answer. So that's it, my guy. This one, yeah, he's correct. Workbook is actually your the worksheet you work on, like the workbook is a collection of worksheets, like he said, but it's actually the Excel page where you're working on that contains both the ribbons, the rows, the columns, the cells, whatever. They are all inside the workbook. All right. Then we're going to look at the cell range and then cell navigation. So let's quickly go to Excel so we don't waste our time. I have a lot of data sets. Let me use this one. So Excel interface, in fact, let's go from beginning. So I want to open a new Excel. This is how to open a new Excel. You come here, you can see new, you can see open. So if you already have an Excel sheet that you want to open, for example, Excel sheet in my system, I can just go to open, then I go to browse. I can see these are different Excel sheet that I've been working with. I can open anyone that I want to open, but I want to open a new blank sheet that I've never opened before. There are two ways of opening this already used. Is that you come here and open it, or you just go to your system directly and double click on the file, and it will automatically launch the Excel software and then open it. So, but I want to open a brand new, I'll click here on new. You can see, I think we've done this before. When you come here, you can now see a new book, or down here you can see templates. In case you want to use a template, you can see different templates that you can use. For example, seasonal photos, you can see personal monthly budgets. Let me open this one and show you. I'll double click on it. I'll just click once, then come here. You can see if I click here, this is like a template. If you want to just have a personal monthly budget, here you can see your project monthly income, like your salary, how much you're getting, extra income, all the sources of income that you have. You can record them here to see the total amount of money you receive every month, both from your business, your job, everything. Then here you can see housing, how much you spend on housing, how much you spend on entertainment, how much you spend on transportation, how much you spend on loan, how much you spend on insurance, taxes, savings, food, gifts, all of these things. So these sheets can actually help you to plan your life, like, to put your life on budget, to see what you do. All right. So, but that's not what I want to do. I'll just come back here, go to new. So this is it. You see, after anyone that you open recently, you're going to see your recently opened work either here or down here. But however around, you're going to definitely see your recently opened. But we are interested most of the time, you're going to open a blank sheet because you want to start from scratch. So I'm just going to click on this one and it gives us a blank sheet. When the blank sheet opens, so now we have a worksheet here. Everything here is a worksheet, obviously. Then down here you have a sheet one. You can have as many sheets as you want. This is sheet one, this is sheet two, this is sheet three, and so on. So you can see here, book one means that this is a workbook, and sheet one means that this particular one is a sheet. And this your workbook doesn't have a name, so you want to name it according to the file, the content of it. So to rename this, you just simply come to file, come to save as, then you choose where you want to save it. Maybe I want to save it in my desktop or data Afric training. I'll click on that file folder that I want to save it in. Then I'm going to just rename it. Maybe what we want to do today could be that I want to record students record. Maybe we want to just have students record. Then make sure the format, the extension is XLXS, which is the Excel format, because you want to save it in Excel. Then you click on save. That work has saved and the name has changed to that name. So if we go to our desktop, we can always see this one and open it whenever we want, and it will always bring us back to whatever we have in here. Also, this page, sheet one, you can also rename this sheet one to whatever you want to rename it to. Maybe this page, you want to have the student score. So you can just double tap on it, claim what is there already, and then name it scores. Maybe you want to record student scores here. Then in the next one, you may want to record student performance. I don't know if score and performance is the same thing, but this is just for the purpose of this class and all that. So you can rename them and you can also navigate, carry them to wherever you want to, like carry them to and all that. And that's about that. Then if you look up here, you can see tab. We've used the file tab already. The file tab simply shows you all the things you can do. You can print your Excel sheets. If you want to send it to somebody, you can share it with your office, your colleague by sharing their email or just sharing it to them on WhatsApp or anywhere. You can also do all of these things. You can publish it, you can save it, you can, and all that. Then you have your home. These are different tabs, like Cindy rightly told us. So different tabs that you can use to do different things. In fact, everything you're going to be doing on this worksheet is going to be based on these different tabs. So you don't need to cram all these tabs, all these ribbons. You actually don't need to cram them, but you just have to know that anything you want to do, this is the right, like if I want to bring in a file or I want to bring in a picture into this my Excel, how do I get that? Is it from data? Is it from review? I should know that it is from insert. When I go to insert, I can now see illustrate. I can now see table. I can now choose whatever I want to insert into this my worksheet. Then if I come to home, I can see that I cannot actually bring picture from outside from here, but it has to be from insert. Then I can click on illustrate and then see shape, see picture. If I click on this, it will now take me back to my desktop to choose which picture. Where do I want to choose it from? From my device, from stock image, from online, and all that. If I want to bring in shape, if I want to bring in icon, if I want to anything I want to do. So I just have to know, and I cannot sit down and start learning this thing one by one separately. It is when you practice, when you want to do things, as you use them consistently and continuously, you're going to master them gradually and all of that. So we have different ribbons that does different things under each of the tab. You can see all these tabs under each of the tab. And that is it about that. Then finally, let's come to row. We've talked about tabs, we've talked about sheets, we'll talk about, let's talk about columns and rows. So like I think Mr. Isaac, was it Isaac? Yeah. Like he rightly told us, no, it's not Isaac, it's Mark Ochipu. Like it rightly told us that rows are the horizontal horizontal lines, while the columns are the vertical lines. He is right. So these are the different columns like we already know, and these are the different rows that we're going to be using. Now, wherever this column and the row meet is called what? Cell. And this cell that you call it has actually have names. I think something is missing here. Let me see. I'm supposed to have my formula bar, but it's not there. I don't know, my own is hiding, but the formula bar is supposed to be here, because I wanted to show you something there. Okay, maybe I'll figure that out. So these are different columns, and wherever the column meets is called a cell. Like one of them is called a cell. So, and these cells, they have name. Each of the cell here have name. So this is to say that Excel has how many column? 1, 2. You just keep reading until you get to Z. When you get to Z, this is let's get to, this is V. This is the last one. Let me go. That's the way they named it. Excel has a lot of, I think, I don't know, I think it should be around 16,000, around, I'll check out to be sure. So, but when you get to Z, as you can see here, when you get to Z, it will now continue from A, B, A, C, A, D. Like you continue from A, D, A, C, up to A, Z. It will now start from B, A, B, 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 BC, until it now gets to XFD, which is the last one. This is a lot of numbers. You hardly even have any data that will fill up all of these columns. I think it's hardly, I have never met a number like that filled up to this point. Though it can be, but I'm not saying it cannot be, but I've never seen. The one I've seen is the one that filled up all the rows, but I've never seen the one that filled up all the columns. So this is how they numbered the columns. They are so big. And then when it comes to the rows are so plenty as well. We have over 1,000 rows, 487 and 76 rows. That's what Excel have. There are so many of them. So as a beginner in data analytics, you may not have files that will fill up all this role at the moment. But when you start working for a company, you're going to be meeting files, data that will fill up this thing and even require more spaces. And you definitely need a higher spreadsheet. So the difference between Excel and Google Sheets is that Google Sheet has over 5,000. I think their own is up to 5,000. But Excel is just 5 million. Excel is just 1 million point something. But Google Sheets has over 5,000 rows. So Excel, even now that it has up to 1 million row, you cannot even fill up to this 1 million. If you load this Excel with a data that is up to 1 million row, it will start lagging. Like it will take over 5 minutes to load. So this is to tell you that Excel is not efficient enough when it comes to data storage. So you don't use it to store data. You just use it as a spreadsheet. So now that we know that wherever the column and the cell meet is called cell, there is something called range. When you have multiple cells together, it is called range. Range of values. They can be in horizontal, they can be in vertical, they can be a mixture like this. It is called range. So one Excel cell is called a cell, or where the column and this thing meet is called a cell. And the cell have name. This is what G7. Wherever they meet, the name is the column and the row number. All right. So the columns are numbered in alphabet from A to Z, while the rows are numbered from 1 to a million plus. So wherever they meet, just combine the name of that column and the number of the row to name it. So, but now when you have a range, the range is usually, the name of the range now will be H1 from the beginning of the range to the end. So the name of this range is H1 to H16. And this is how range is recorded. For that H1 now, it will be like this. It is always denoted with hyphen H16. This is how Excel recognizes range. I don't know why my formula bar is not showing. I'll figure that out. If not, we'll be seeing it there. The names, each cell you are in, you'll always see the name written there. Let me see other Excel file and see if those ones have. Maybe it's because I have some files opened. I have multiple files opened. Let's just continue. So the range can be horizontal from here to here is called C7G7. That's the range. Because sometimes you can have range of values. Imagine if we have 1, if we have 2 here, then this 2 is the name of this container is G5. So whenever you call G5, it will automatically bring out 2 for you because 2 is inside G5, right? So, but now, when you now have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is now in a range. This is the range. For you to get all the value here, all you need to do is just to call G. This is G what? G5
G5.
through
G
G what? G9.
G9.
Great. So this is it. So if I say equal to, let's see what will happen. If I say, can you see that once I put equal to, it will go and highlight that place for me. It is now showing me that what I have here is from G9 to, of course, from G5 to G9. Exactly. So you must have to know the range. Now, what can tell me? Let me know if you're following. Someone should tell me what range is this? What is this range? Just raise your hand and tell me. Oh, it has gone out. Sorry. Neka, go ahead.
The range there is F5 through J13.
J13.
Yeah.
Great. So that's it. She got it. That's correct. So when you have a range, you just start calling from the first one. This is the first one, F5, then to the last one. That's the name of that range, J13. So if you have it like this, the range is J4 to J18.
J3 to J18.
If you have it like this, is what? It's going to be
D8 to J8
D8 to
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 J8.
J8.
So what if we now have it like this, 2, 3 line like this?
D6
D6 to
to
J7.
J7.
To
D6 to
J7,
J7.
exactly. So if we have a number here, 45, and then we have a number here that is 56, I want to get these two numbers.
to K16.
What?
Is D6 to K16.
Exactly. That's it. So that is, thank God you now understand range. So that's it about range. Then the last thing is navigation. So how do you navigate between different cells? How do you move around different cells? So you have different methods. The first one is by using your mouse and your cursor, of course. Just go around, go to wherever cell you want to go to. I'm just using my mouse to go around, or your cursor to do so. Then the second one is by using your arrow keys. You can use your arrow keys to, navigate, go to anyone that you want to go to. Your arrow keys. You know how to find your arrow keys. Your arrow keys are just there in your system. Then the last method is by using your tab key. So for example, if I have maybe names, then I wrote name here. Then I want to come to this E29 to write maybe subject. Instead of just clicking on with my mouse, I can just I can use the tab key. The tab key is just on top of your caps lock key. When I tap on it, it's going to come to the next one. Then I can write what I want to write. Then if I type again, it's go to the next one. So if I want to go down, I'll just use the shift. This one is to go back. I'll click on the shift tab key to go back, shift tab key to go back, and then just tab key to go forward, just tab key to go forward. Then if I want to go back, I click the shift plus tab key to go back. Then if I want to go down, I'll click on enter to go down, enter to go down. If I want to go up, I click on shift enter to go up, shift enter to go up, just enter to go down, shift enter to go up, tab to go forward, shift tab to go backward, or the arrow key to go around wherever I want to go to. Then if I am at the top, for example, you can see, let me remove this. Please, you can mute yourself, whoever is making the noise. Mr. Brunner, please mute yourself. Hi, Kiki, how are you? You're just joining. So, now if you are, let me see. Now, if you are in the first one, this is also another way of navigating. Now, I want to go to the bottom. Like some of you see that I just went straight to the bottom without having to scroll. From this first one, I'll click on control. Yeah, control. Then the arrow down. If you click on the arrow down, it will bring you to the last one. Then if I click on control, arrow up, it will bring me back on. Then control, arrow right, I think right, yeah, it will take me to the edge, to the extreme, to the last cell in the row. Then arrow right, like arrow right, control, arrow right to bring me back here. So that's it about navigation, and we are done with all of that. I hope you understand. Please let me know if you understand what I did. Do you have any question? Let's go straight to today's class. No questions, right?
We are good.
Okay. Okay, from the view. Oh, yeah, thank you guys. You say from the view. Let me see if that will work. Oh, thank you. I think I remember when I turned it off. Thank you. So, yeah, this is what we're trying to say. here you're going to see the name. Thank you, guy. Mr. I think it's Mr. Who gave me that? Thank you so much, Marco. I appreciate it. So you can see that any cell that you're in, here you're going to see the name E5. Then here you're going to see the contents. Here will tell you the name. This is called the formula bar. Here is going to tell you the name. Here is going to tell you the content. So let's say I have my name here. And then here I have Marco Chukwu. You can see if I come to this place, Marco is my name, Chris, is at E5. I can see that here. Then the content of this is in the formula bar. Whatever I have there, if I have even if I have number there, 67, it is going to be here. All right. But I just want to show you this because the next thing we're going to be doing will be centered on all of these things. So whichever cell you are at, listen. Okay. Okay, navigation, just you can just try to watch the video, but the next thing we are going to be doing, I'll be repeating it, don't worry. So whenever you click on anyone, you're going to be able to, I'm just going to mute all of you, please, unmute yourself if you find yourself. Whenever you join a meeting, there are some things that they shouldn't tell you. Don't make noise, and this is an online meeting, so you are supposed to automatically mute yourself the same way you muted your camera, right? Because it may not be you that's making the noise, it could be just around you. Maybe your neighbor is playing music or something and should be distracting the class. So when you click on a cell, automatically a cell is going to show you the cell that you are on and then the contents of that cell in your formula bar here. Okay, so let's move to the next thing. We've covered navigation, we've covered everything that we have right here. Okay, that's amazing. So let's move on. Creating our first file. So let's go on and create our first file. I think we've done this already, but for the sake of this class, we're just going to do it. So I realize that we have a lot of pros in this class. Please, you guys just bear with us. We'll have babies here as well that we are starting with. So what we want to have now is a record. We want to have the students, all the students in this class, or most of the students in this class, we want to give them a score. So here we can have something like students scores, right? And then here we want to have the first student. Okay, let's just call it serial number. This is going to serve like our student's reg number. So let's just say we number it, we call it, we start from 1, 1, 2. So let it not look like this number 1 is the best student or the first student. No, it is just a numbering system, okay? So if you happen to be number 1, don't think you are our best student. So here is going to be name, student's name, right? Let's use cap lock, student names. Then here is going to be what's going to be here? Where they are from, country, student score. Here is going to be
Gender,
maths.
male.
Maths. Okay, should we put that? Okay, that's fine. Male. Oh, sorry, gender. Oh, gender, yeah. Then here is going to be their maths score.
Can use age.
Yeah? What? Here is going to be English
Maybe
score.
age.
I don't no, you don't we don't need age. Oh. Here is biology score. Then here is going to be your, maybe we also did math, English, biology. We did 5 subjects. Math, English, biology is okay. Yeah. Physics. No, it's not everybody that likes physics. So let's start with the name. I know for sure that Chris is here. Then I know for sure that Happiness is here, right? So who is our next? I know Cindy. I think Cindy is here.
Easy.
Izzy. Okay. Izzy.
Ebuka.
Ebuka,
Ebuka.
Ebuka is here. We are going to know if Ebuka sabi book or not. Then we know that Marco Chukwu is here. Then we know that Samuel is here. Who again? Karine. Is it Karine? I don't know how to pronounce this name. Karine or Karine. Is it Catherine? What's the next name?
Dikachi is here.
Dikachi. Okay, great. Dikachi is here. Who else? Neka,
Desire.
yeah. Desire. Okay.
Aribiton.
Aribiton. I know Isaac.
Kiki.
Kiki, yeah. Hey, how can I forget Kiki? Aribiton. Please
Yes.
correct me if is it correct?
You're correct. Very
right.
correct.
All right. So the next person, Philip, yeah. I know Philip. Who again? Fumi, yeah. Marco, Mr. Marco, yeah, my guy. Marco is here. Then Fumi is here. 3 more persons. Musa, yeah, Musa is here. Who again? Who again is here? 2 more persons.
Edna.
Edna.
Yeah.
Okay. Edna, yeah, thank you. So who is the last person? Who is the last person now? Okay, let's just fill it with John. John, yeah, good. So Chris obviously is in Nigeria. Happiness is in Nigeria. Cindy, where are you? Cindy should be in Canada. No, Ghana. Cindy should be in Ghana. AZ is in Nigeria. Ebuka maybe USA. Marco should be in China. Yeah. Then Samuel is in UK. Karen, where are you? Maybe Karen should be in the UK. Let's give her UK. Dikachi is a Nigerian.
Nigeria.
Is in Tinubu's country. Neka should be in. Let's give Neka Ghana. Yeah. Then Desire should be in Canada. Then Isaac should be in Ghana. Kiki should be in UK. Yeah. Aribiton should be a Ghanaian.
Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso.
Toari, Ibrahim. That's good. Yeah, so just use Burkina Faso, BKF. Yeah. Let's use this one. Then Philip should be in let's use Canada. Some of these guys should be in Canada. Then more of US people. We need more people in the US. We need more people in the US. Then Fumi should be in UK. Yoruba people. They're in the UK. Then Musa is in Nigeria. Edna is supposed to be in UK. Then John should be in Canada. So these are the countries of our students. Then we have the agenda. I don't know. It's not happiness. If it's an F, let's just do it this way. So let me just
Man, for me, I'm from South Sudan, man, not USA.
You're not in USA, well?
Yeah, no, me, I'm not in USA. I mean, for me, I'm from South Sudan, Marco.
Oh, South Sudan.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Where is Marco? Wow. South Sudan. So let's use this. So this is the main thing now. Let's say I got 34 in maths. Oh, I don't know maths. 23. Oh, I failed English, but I know biology. Then happiness, she's very intelligent girl. She got 56. She even got 60. Then Cindy, Cindy, you got no, you don't know maths, Cindy. Then English, she speaks good English, so she got 65. Then biology, she got 54. Izzy, you're a businessman. You know math very well, but you don't know English. So you got 42, 45. Then Ibuka, the businessman. Then yeah, let's do it this way. Marco, he doesn't know any maths. Don't that boy. Then he knows biology very well. Then this one, Samuel. Yeah, Samuel knows maths. He knows English. He speaks well, and he doesn't know biology. Karen doesn't talk much, so I don't think she knows English. Okay, yeah, she knows English, but she doesn't know maths, and she knows biology very well. So let me just. No, I cannot even drag down because it's taking our time. But anyways, what's it? Because we are going to learn a lot. Please pardon me if I score you too high, more than you should score, or if I score you too low. Let me see what this guy is saying. So just pardon me, but I know some of you that don't know maths, if I give you high mark in the maths, let me just fill up English. Let me fill up English. Please, if I give you higher than you scored, just bear with me. In real life, 68, yeah.
You,
So let's
you
fill
gave
up
me what
this.
I have in life.
Eh? So this is what you're supposed to have, Albi. Okay.
Yes, Nikachi.
Okay, then this person got this. Then finally we got this. So what I'm trying to show you here is formatting because that's the next topic. But I just wanted us to do this one, even though we've done data entry before, but this is still part of data entry, right? So the reason why you see me repeating most of this thing is because, you learn this thing by actually doing it. So this is the only way to master this thing. There's no other way is by constantly practicing, doing it. So we are creating our first cell, but while creating that, we're going to look at formatting. And what is formatting? The process of modifying the look and feel of the data in your spreadsheet by changing the size, the font, the color, alignment, border, styling, heading. All of those things are formatting. So self-formatting is based in Excel refers to the process of changing the appearance of the cell to make data more readable, organized, and visually appealing. Obviously, from what we have here, you can see that it is not looking nice. It's just there, like basically, it's just there. You can't even make sense out of it. You have to, but by the time we format it now, it is going to be looking really, really cool. Like at a glance, you can quickly see your data. All right. You can quickly see the data that you need. So let's look at some of the things, some of the formatting stuff too that you're going to be using. So you're going to be look at them. You're going to be looking at fonts. Fonts. How do you use font and size? Change the font size, color, bold, italics, and all that. So when you talk about font and size, you're simply talking about changing the font, the size, the color, the bold, italics. And where do you find that? You can see your font here, right here in your home. When you come to home, this is it. The font, you can use it to bolden, italic, underline. You can use it to do all of these things. Look at it, coloring, changing the color, the background color, the text color. This is where you find it in the fonts. And in case what you're looking for is not here, you can always click on this drop down here to open more of these things for you. Like you can see more here. All right. So let's continue. I'm just trying to rush it because I have a lot to cover. So you have your number formatting. So the format number, this number formatting is used to format numbers as currency, percentage, anything that has to do with numbers. You can change any number to anything. You can change it to money, you can change it to dates, you can change it to custom formatting as well. So let's look at that. So let's say I have 500 here. This 500 can be anything. You can change it to money. You can change it to anything. So this is where you find your formatting. When you come to your home, you come to this place, this place that you have currency. Please let me move this thing out a bit. So here that you have your your numbers. You can see numbers here. So this, if you highlight, just come on this cell. If you click on this currency, you can see all the whole currencies here. So I can change this thing to dollar. It becomes $500. I can change it to euro. It becomes 500 euro. I can also change it to whatever. Then if I want to change it to the one that is not here, the one you're not seeing here, maybe Naira, I want to change it to Naira or Ghana cedis or anything, I can just click on more accounting formats. Then it will bring out more accounting format for me. Then I can now choose Naira. See Naira here. I can choose Naira, okay? I click on okay. That's changed to Naira. And I can also change this thing to dates. You can see here, when you come here, you can see a lot of things that you can change it to. It can be number, it can be currency, it can be dates, it can be percentage, it can be fraction, scientific, text, special, custom. All of these things, you can apply them to your formatting. Then you can change it to percentage. You can click here, it becomes percentage. You can also put a comma. You can also reduce the number of, let's take it back to currency, maybe this one. Then you can, because this is 500, you can put a comma. Maybe you want to have a comma there. If you have it as, let's say we'll have it as let's say we'll have it as 5,000 or 500,000, all these zeros. You can see the commas are there. You can apply the comma by yourself. Sorry, let me come back here. You can remove the commas, you can apply the commas. Then you can see these decimal places here, 2 decimal places. By default, it is always in 2 decimal places. You can reduce the decimal places by here, either increasing it or reducing it. You can see I can reduce it to 1 or even remove it entirely, or I can add them, put as many decimal places that I want and all that. So this is what numbers handles for you. So this is to show you that Excel is so powerful and can do anything that you want it to do. Then we also have alignment. You can use to left align, center align, right align, vertical align, and all these alignments. So let me show you. Just observe what is going to happen here. So here I'm going to enter. I know you did not notice it in this table, even though what I'm about to show you is in this table, but you didn't notice it. But let me show you here. So here I have Chris. Here I have Marco. Then maybe Chris, maybe my network is $50,000. So I have $50,000. 50,000. Yeah. Then maybe Marco's network is $500,000. So this is 500,000. And then my phone number, maybe 09055, blah, blah, blah. Marco's phone number, 080, blah, blah, blah. Can you see that? Then dates, the dates that this record was recorded, maybe on 20, today is 28, 06, 2025. And then Marco's own was recorded, sorry, my own is 28. Marco's own was recorded yesterday, 27th, 06 to 2025. So let's just assume that we want to have it like this so that we can see clearly. So you can see that Excel has a way of storage. It has a default alignment. We are talking about alignment now. It has a default alignment. When you enter, just watch this when I'm entering it. Let me enter my name here. Can you see when I'm entering it? This is left aligned. Then when I'm entering number, can you see it is also left aligned? But when I remove my cursor, it automatically sends it to the right. So this is a default pattern of storage. This is how it identifies a data type. Remember, which data type is this? Who can remember the type of data type that is my name and Marco name is? I want Kiki to tell us.
It's called strange.
It's test.
Exactly. So this is string. It's either string. When you get to Power BI, it's going to we'll talk about string. So when you say text, it is same thing as string. These two are the same thing. They are talking about text, normal text. So yeah, text. Sorry. They're talking about text. So text and string is used interchangeably. They are the same thing, but Power BI and Excel recognizes as text, right? Yeah, so we're going to use text. So it stores text on the left and stores numbers on the right. numbers, integers, dates. They store them on the
Okay.
on the right by default. So don't go and put your number on the middle or the left, sorry, because Excel will try as much as possible to handle the storage for you, the default storage, but you have the liberty of changing it by yourself. So let's say, oh, sorry, let me bring it back. Let me bring it back. So this is the aligning section. Alignment, you can see alignments here. You can align to any part that you want. So this particular thing now that is Chris, this name, I can actually align it to the center if I want. I can bring it to the left by default and I can leave it here. Once I leave it here, Excel will leave it there for me. I've changed. Who is this person? These guys. I actually muted everybody. I don't know why some of you decided to unmute yourself. So this is the align section. This is where you see your alignment section. Okay, my own background. Are you serious? Sorry about it. Let me. I believe it has stopped. I'm actually using a noise cancellation microphone. I wonder why you're getting the noise. So we are back. So now, Excel does its own thing by default, but if you decide to change it by yourself, that is up to you. It is going to respect you. As you can see, we have aligned it to the center and it will leave it there. Even money. Some of you did this mistake in your assignment, which I commented. Some of you came and aligned everything to the center. It will be there. So this is how you align your text. Then here you also have all of these things that you can use. I'm going to talk about these ones. Let me just quickly show you anyway. So all the things that we've done here from this place to this place, let's just name it. Maybe we want to call it correction that we want to, or alignment. Yeah, alignment. That's the name of everything we've done here so far. So, but I want this name now to reflect. Let's put all these things in a, you know how to use your table now. When you come here, if you want to make a table here now, just highlight where you want to make a table, then come here. This is your border. It's just, sorry, if you want to add a border, so you come and choose the kind of border you want to add. Do you want to underline it only? Do you want to put the border on top, or do you want to everything to be round? Or like, do you want to create something like that looks like a table to have a border round and in between? Or do you just want to have a border outside round without creating a border inside? So you use this one. So you can see we now have a border around it. Or I prefer to have it look like a table. So I'll use this one. Now it looks like a table. So what's the name of our table? Alignment. But I want it to, because this name now is only in this cell here. Even if I try to expand this cell, yeah, please go ahead. Success, what's your question? Success, go ahead.
Yeah, well done, sir.
Yeah.
The question is about the aligning that you just finished explaining. You say that the two entry you give for the name, Chris and Marco, the first one you carried it to the middle, while the second one is at the end, like by default. So how is the alignment?
Okay, the alignment there, right? So by default, Excel aligns it when you enter a text, it will align it to the left, as you can see here. This name, any text I enter now, your name is Musa, it will automatically leave it on the left. It is aligned to the left. Alignment means putting things straight, like making sure things are straight. But if I now put number, when I'm typing it, maybe you have $600,000 as your net worth. If I'm putting it, it is going to be in the left. But once I leave it, Excel will quickly notice that, oh, this is a number. Let me store it on the right automatically. Then if you now say, no, Excel, it cannot be, I'm wiser than you, this thing should be on the right. You bring it to the right by yourself. Or no, it should be in the center. This is the right thing to do. Excel will obey you and leave it aligned to the center and all that. But by default, your number should be on the right while your text on the. So now we are talking about, I want to use this one. the difference between these two, text wrap is when you have something like, let me write something now. Maybe I want to write a lot of things and it is too long. It is longer than all these things. See how long it is. And if I now use that other this thing that we used to use to like expand this, because if I expand it now, this is how it's going to look. This is how it's going to look. You see, it has expanded, but whenever you're expanding like this, everything here has entered this place I want it to enter, this cell. But unfortunately, it's going to expand all other cell down to the last one. So what if the next thing that I'm entering in the next cell is not as big as this one? So you see, this kind of alignment will not work. So the best thing to use for this one is text wrap. So I'll come here, click on it, and then I click on text wrap. It's going to wrap everything in one cell for me and then maintain all the cells. All right. So I can even come here and close down this cell and all that and align it whichever way I want. I want to see maintain the same cell. So it will wrap everything inside that text. If I want to see what is there, I'll just come here and double click and it will open for me to see. So it only affects this particular cell and not other cells. Please, you understand what I did with the text wrap?
Yes.
That's how to use text wrap. Then we want to use merge and center. Now, I have this thing here, and this thing is the title of this table. So normally, the way we know title is, okay, great, there's desire. So the way we know title is that title should be in the middle of the table like that. So we want to have it in the middle of this table, and it should be the title of the beginning of this table to the end of this table. We don't want to have any other thing in any of the cell here. So what we'll need to do is to cancel all these cells and bring this thing to the center of the cell to be the name of this table. So to do that, just simply come here, click on it, extend it to where you want it to reach. We have gotten it, then click on merge and center. It is going to merge all the cells and bring it to the center. So at a glance, you can no longer write any other thing in any cell here. It has seized all the cell. This whole cell now will be the name of this table and all that. So that's it with our line. Let's go back to what we're doing. Let's cancel this table as well. Come back here. No border. Where's no border? Great. So let's come back to our table. I just want you to understand this formatting very well because you're going to be doing a lot of formatting subsequently in your work, because formatting helps you to make your work look good. So I believe we understand all the ones we've explained. Let's quickly rush the rest. I think we don't have time and we still have a lot to do. So border, you already know border. I think I also touched border. Then fill, let me just do all these ones together. Fill, and then conditional formatting and cell sizing. All of them here. So let's talk about fill. When you come to this place, now let's do the same thing that we did the other time. We want to have the student name, this row. Remember, you can always increase the, let's increase the size of this. Maybe this score now is not aligned, it's hiding, some things are hiding. We want to have everything displayed, the title. Like we already know, you can drag this to, expand it if you want. You can drag them one by one. But what if you have 1,000 or hundreds of columns? You cannot do that manually. And you can also come here and double tap. It's automatically fitting for you. But still, what if you have hundreds of columns? You cannot do that manually as well. So the other way to do it is just to come here. How I usually do it, come to this extreme, just tap on it once. It will highlight the whole Excel file sheet. Then come here, just bring your cursor to any of this one. Once it turns to this black cross, double tap it to automatically align everything for you. Then anyone that is not properly aligned, you can now go there and do it the way you want and all that. So you can see that the work is looking gradually coming together. The next thing is I want to make these ones to be header. This is our header by default. So we want to make it to actually be a header by bolding it. And to bold it, you can't just come here and click. No. And remember that alignment, you can also do it here. You can also do your row. Open your row as much as you want, however you want it. The same way you can do here. All right. So to undo what I've done, this thing that I've done now, to undo it is the same thing like your Microsoft Word. Just click on your Control Z it will undo the last thing you've done. Control Y will redo what you have undone. Alternatively, you can also use, I think we should have arrow back here, but my arrow back, okay, look at it. This arrow back, you can undo the last thing you did and all that. So I want this thing to be my header. I cannot come here and highlight everything like I showed you the other time. If I highlight it this way, all these ones will be highlighted as well up till the end. So whatever I write here will be highlighted by default, and I don't know what I'm going to in the future, what I'm going to need here for. It may not be that I want to highlight here, so I don't want to do that. I just want to use the space that I want for now. So I'll just come here and click here. I'll select these ones. How I selected this, by I just came to this one, click on it once, then press down. I'll click on it, press down and hold and drag to wherever I want it to go. Alternatively, I can also come here, just click on it, then click on your control and then select them one by one and they will be highlighted. So the reason why I may want to use this control pattern, in case I don't want to select all of them at once, I can just come here, click the first one, control. I can go and click the last one. If I highlight it now, it will be only, if I color it now, it will be only this and this. I can select the ones that I want. But if I do the dragging method, I cannot select the ones I want. I must select all of them. So I've selected it now. I want to bolden it. I'll just come to bold and bolden it. Maybe I want to increase the size to 12. I can increase it by clicking here. It is now 12 and I like it. Then I'll leave it the way it is. So now it is now making sense. So again, maybe I want to change the color of this header. I'll come again, do the same thing. Then I'll come to color. This is color. I can come here. It's already in black. I can select any color that I want. If I want it to be red, but I think red is not nice. Maybe I want it to be blue. I want it to be any color, green, and all that. Then I'll select any color that I want it to be. Then I may also want to fill the background. I'll use this one. Maybe I want to change it to blue or anything that I want. I can change it to blue. So I want to use blue. I want to make it light. I want to use this one. Great. So this is the one I want. You can change your own to any one that you want and use it like that. Then this is it now. So most times you may want to put this thing to look like a table. This is another one we have not sorted out. This one is the title of this table, like the title of this table, like we did before. The title should be in the middle, right? So who can help us put this title in the middle? Please, someone should help us. I want Kiki to help us. Kiki has not said anything here. Kiki, are you still with us? Or
Yes,
Karen?
I'm here.
All right, so how do
I'm here.
we bring this thing now to be the title of this table?
So you click on the student score, then you
Okay.
go to merge and center.
I'll just click it
Okay,
and go
you click on it. You click on it and then drag it
Thank
to the end
you.
of
Great. Okay.
yeah, that's the end of G. Then
Yeah,
you
like
click on merge and
control.
center.
Okay, great. So
Yes.
so maybe we can just also bolden it, increase the size, to make it look good. Great. I think it's okay like this. So it is now making sense. And now most times you may want to put all of this thing inside a border. The reason is because when you want to print it, it may not let me show you. It's because when you want to print this thing and send to somebody, all this line now, this thing will disappear. You will no longer see it. Let me show you. If you come here and click on print, this is like the preview of what you're printing. Can you see? The borders are no longer, the cells are no longer there. All those things are no longer there. So if you put it in a border, it will look differently. So let's go back and put it in a border. Most of the times, I like just putting it in a border so that it will come up with. So we'll come to our border, select border. Let's just put it in a border like this. So it's now in a border. Great. So let me show you again. If you want to print now, you can see the preview. You can see now it looks like a proper table, which is good. So you can see how the whole thing has turned out and it's looking very, very good. So, but alternatively, instead of walking through all of these things, you can just come here, then go to your formatting, look at format as table. When you open it, it's going to show you different ways that you can format this, your table, as a table. So to do that, let me come here and select our table again. If I select our table, then I come to format as table. Just, where is it? Format as table. Then you can see it automatically format for you as a table. Then once you click choose the one you want, then it will now ask you which table you want to select, then you select it and it automatically formats as a table for you. You don't have to start doing it manually. You can actually still go back, change it, select any other one that you want. If you want to change it to green, to blue, sorry. So this is where it's selected, but I want it to select this table. I'll just come here, click on this one, go over to where I want it to select. I'll come here, then enter, okay. A table can't overlap another table. Oh, sorry. Okay, so let me come back here, select, maybe I want to use this one. I'll select it and it has formatted as a table for us. Okay. So now that is all about that. We didn't give this person a score. Maybe they missed their class, but let's give them a score. So now this is the last thing we're going to do today. Our time is almost up already, which is called referencing. Cell referencing. What is cell referencing? A cell reference, let me remove this and be able to read. So cell referencing in Excel refers to the value of a different cell or cell range on the current sheet or a different worksheet within the spreadsheet. A cell reference can be used as a variable in a formula. So it's like referencing a cell inside another cell, or referencing a cell in another sheet, another worksheet inside a different worksheet. That is all about, because everything you do here is about referencing. Everything you do in Excel, you are referencing one cell in another cell and all that. So a worksheet in Excel is made up of cells. Obviously, we know that already. These cells can be referenced by specifying the row value and the column value. We already know this. Row value means that's D4, maybe D5, D6, and all that. For example, A1 would refer to the first row, specifying A1. So this is what we are just trying to say, that your A1, I think we've already handled this. So this is your A1, obviously. This one, A1, right? So it means the reference, if you want to reference to A1, if you come here now, okay, let's say this one, this 32 is what? F7. So if I want to reference, instead of calling F7, instead of calling 32, I can just come here and say F7. If I come here and say equals to F7, you can see what will happen now. Is to go and highlight, tell me where F7 is. This is referencing. I'm referencing F7. Okay? So this is about referencing. There are different type of referencing, but before we go into different type of referencing, let's now check the total score of the students. Total score of the students. This is now where you're going to, please listen, pay attention, because this is going to get more complex. And this is the main topic of today. What I wanted you to learn today is this referencing. Great. So how do we now get the scores of these students? No, so I can easily just come here and say, okay, the score of this student is equals to, of course, to get the score of Chris, obviously it is to add 34, to add their score in maths, plus, okay, before I explain this, please know that the different, this thing in Excel is plus, the different referencing value that you're going to be using in Excel. Let me remove this. You have I don't know. Okay, the first one will have plus, and to get your plus is just by shift equal to give you plus. The next one is your minus. Just click on minus. No. I'm not trying to reference anything. Whenever I click on this thing, it will automatically think you're referencing. Then you have your minus, you have your division, then you have your multiplication. These are the four arithmetic operators that you're going to use in Excel. All right. But maybe by next class, when we go to formulas and function, we can see how to, do it better. But for today, this is what you should know. So here, once you type equal to, what equal to means to Excel in any cell, once it sees equals to in a cell, it automatically activates. It's just like, when someone comes and slap you now, what will happen? You automatically activate the fight in you. Like you just activate fight. So once Excel sees equal to, anywhere it sees equal to any cell at all, it will activate calculation automatically. Understand? If hunger beats you now, you automatically activate food. Like your mouth will automatically be looking for food to eat. So once you put equal to, Excel is now looking for number to add or to subtract or to divide. You get the point now. So normally what you would do here is going to give you, the total score will give you 34 plus what? You put your plus 23, then plus, to get the score for Chris, 56. Once you hit your enter, it's going to populate this total score for Chris, right? And this is actually correct. This is correct. But there are two problems with this method. The reason why you can't use these two methods is, number one, now we have to do for 20 people, 20 students here. Doing for these 20 students already is going to be daunting. It's going to be hard. And you cannot guarantee that you will not make mistake as a human being. So you cannot start typing it manually like that. And you cannot draw the thing. Like you cannot autofill it the way we used to autofill. That's number two. Number one, you cannot do it manually. Even this 27 is going to be difficult for you. Now, talk about when you have a data set. Look at some of the data sets that I've been working on all through the day. Let me show you some of them. You have hundreds and hundreds. Look at this one. Where is the other one? I think I've deleted some of them. Let me see if it's this one. I've closed some of them. There is even one that has over 2 million data. This one has over 500 and something. So, sorry. So you cannot do this thing manually like this. You cannot. It's too much. And then secondly, Excel has this intelligence. Once you do something, it is looking at you, whatever you're doing in any cell. It is watching you to know what you did, so that it automatically do the rest. You don't have to do it again. So now it has seen what you did here. So once you drag it and you want it to fill up the rest, it will look at you and say, okay, this thing you added, it will keep adding it for you. To just come here, it will add everything here again. It will come here, it will add everything. What? Which is not what you want. So that method is not going to work. All right. So you can't use it like that. So now, what is the other way of using it? You come here, you type your equal to. So instead of putting in these values here, what you need to do is just to put in the container where they are here, so that Excel will now go into that container and pick whatever is inside. So what is the name of this cell? E3. So this is going to be E3 plus the next one is F3 plus the next one is G3 exactly. So once you hit enter, Excel will automatically populate this for you. Now it has seen what you did, that you added. If you click here, you can see it. What you're seeing here now is, when you come here and type 50, when you click on it, it's going to show you the content of that cell. This cell now is 56, right? But when you click on this one, it's not showing you 113. It is showing you what you did to get that 113, which is the formula. That's why this place is called the formula bar. It is showing you the formula that you use to get what is inside. So if you now drag it down, Excel has seen what you did. It will simply replicate it, repeat it. If you come here now, you see E4, F4, and G4. If you come here, if you bring it down again, it will now do the same thing, because it has seen what you did here, that you added what is the content of here to the content of here. Sorry, the content of this, the content of this, the content of this is what gave you this. So if you come here, it will just simply do the content of this, and this, and this. Now, why this one is better than the previous one we did is because you can now it's like automating the process. You don't have to repeat everything. Just come here. Once you bring your cursor, this cursor now, and this cursor that is showing plus, once you bring it closer, it turns to a black plus. Then you drag it down to the end. Excel will gladly do the rest of the work for you. because you saw what you did here. It is E3 plus F3 plus G3. If you come here, it will just step down a bit. If you come down here, wherever you are, it will do the same thing. Just, add this. Another, apart from the fact that it is faster and more efficient, another importance is that when you stop working for this company and a new data analyst comes, once they come here and they now realize, AZ actually scored 62, not 60 in this mark, then they change it to 62. Once you hit on enter, watch this for 148. You don't have to come back here and adjust it. Automatically, it will adjust because what you recorded here is the content of this thing, not the actual, like it's the container, not the actual content inside that was recorded. So whatever changes you made, it will automatically repopulate here and give you the correct answer. But if you fill it manually, once you change anything here, it will not correspond. It will not even work. So imagine you're changing so many values, you'd have to come here and start changing it manually. So if you now realize that, Isaac did malpractice and he was caught, so we have to remove this 65 and give him 0 because he was caught. Automatically, this 17, it will now deduct it and reduce Isaac mark by automatically. You don't have to come here and change it. And then if you have already plotted a graph, for example, you've already built a dashboard. Let's say we inserted a dashboard. Let's do a pivot table. Let's even do it in this existing worksheet. Let's do it here. Let's say we want to put everything here. Good. Let's put it in this same sheet. So if we already have, maybe we want to have a name of students and their total score. So you can see at a glance that we have let me remove this one. So we have all the students and their total score in this sheet, and we want to even have it in a chart. So I want to know which students scored the highest. Let's put this in a bar chart. No, let's leave it in a column chart. Then okay. So we can see that our best student here now is Aribiton. Aribiton is a smart student. So these are A students, followed by Fumi. Fumi got a very high score, then followed by Happiness. I told you Happiness is intelligent, but she got third class, like third position here, then followed by John. I actually failed. Who is our worst student? Our back seater. Our back seater is Isaac. So Isaac will have scored very high, but because of that malpractice, they removed 65 from him. Maybe you would have even beat Aribiton if not for that malpractice. So if we now discover that, we judged Isaac wrongly, maybe Isaac has gone and reported to the Senate, and then they remarked his cause and realized that he did not actually do malpractice. So let's give him back let's apologize to him and give him back his 65. And then once we enter it, by default, has this one populated back? Okay. By default, you can see that Isaac, where's Isaac? Isaac has even with his 64 5 7, he did not even still he's not even still the best student. So but let's say that somebody like Happiness also went to report and said, I know what I wrote in this exam. This lecturer was trying to harass me because I did not agree. That's why he gave me 50 in maths. And also this English lecturer was actually looking at me somehow. I did not look at him. That's why he gave me 56. I was supposed to score 70 in maths and 75 in this. And then the Senate reviewed it and said, okay, that's true. Then I give her 70 because she was right. She's an intelligent student, and gave you can see how the thing is popping up. Let's see if she's going to beat Ariviton. Then they gave her 75 here. And where is Happiness? Happiness is what did Ariviton score that give him all this mark? What did he score in this exam? He got 180 something, 183. And nobody has been able to beat him. Wow. So from all angles, you can see that Aribiton is actually our best student. So you can see that if you change anything here, automatically it is changing everywhere. Because by the time you do your dashboard, you're not going to be seeing the data again. The data will be hidden. What your stakeholders will be seeing is the dashboard. So any changes that is made, and if you use something like Power BI has automate. If you automate it, the data will be refreshing itself by default, maybe every day or every 2 hours or every 3 hours. So the dashboard will keep refreshing automatically. You don't have to do anything. It will just be working like that automatically, and which is very good. So that is why you need to, let me remove this. That is why you need to do what you did here. Now, let's say we also want to calculate something. You see how we did this one? You just dragged it down. Let's also look at this place. Maybe we want to have the totals, the grand total for all the students. That's nothing like this anyway, but I just want to use this to show you something. Like there's no way you can have a grand total for maths. Let's see the total mark that they got for maths. So I'll just come here and say equal to. Now there are two ways we can populate this one. We can use what we call range, that range that we talked about. Instead of adding, another way of doing it is by doing, I can just click here, instead of coming to type the cell number. The cell number here is what? E3. So instead of typing E3, I can just come here and click on it. It will automatically collect it, plus the next one is E7, E4. I click on plus, then I'll do this one because I want to know the total score that they got for maths. Maybe if this is money, you're doing transaction, I want to know the total amount that this particular product got. So, but instead of doing this one by one, remember the data will be so plenty that you can't do it. You can just come here and do range. You just drag it like this and then hit on enter automatically. Oh, sorry, I did not equal to. I'll come here and drag. I'll just drag the ones that I want to populate. This one. Then because now it's a range, you have to put a range in a bracket, right? So I'll just close it with a bracket. Then I click on enter. Why is it doing this now? It's not giving me what I want.
We did not add plus, I think so.
I don't think we need to add plus. I'll do range. Let me do this too and see. Okay, for me to do range, I have to use sum. Sorry. I have to do, okay, let me just use it. I didn't want to actually do this. I didn't want to do sum today, but there's something called sum. Sum is another way of doing addition. So, but let's just use it. Then you come here and then you close your brackets, then you hit on enter. It automatically populates. Let me just bold in everything here. It automatically populate this one. So this one, since it has seen what I did here, I don't need to repeat it here again. All I need to do is just to drag it, right? I just drag to this way. It will populate all of them. And of course, I want to get the total score, maybe. Then I drag it to also populate. So this kind of thing is used when you're doing transaction, whatever calculation, you use it, okay? So everything we've done here so far, remember I talked about referencing, you're referring to one cell. So inside this cell, we refer to what? This cell E3, F3, and G3 inside H3. That is called referencing. So let's now look at what are the type of referencing that we have, because cell referencing talks about referencing a cell inside another cell. That cell can be in a sheet or inside another sheet. So if I have, let me even show you how to use with another sheet. If in this sheet 3, we have our maybe 55 here. So, and I want to add this 55 to everybody. I want to give everybody 55. All right, so I can come here now and reference it and add it. I will say plus. I want to add 55 to everybody. Plus. I can just go to that cell and click on it. Then click on enter. Automatically, that's added 55. If I add it now, if I click it, you can see E3 plus F plus this plus sheet 3, H5. If you come to sheet 3, you see that this is in H5, right? So that is how to So referencing is about referencing a cell. It can be a cell in another, it can be referencing a cell in another cell, or referencing a cell in another sheet. It also works. So I cannot drag down. I know a lot of you are expecting me to drag down. I cannot drag down because of the next thing I'm about to explain to you now, which is type of referencing. So we're about to close. We have just, our time is up. Oh. I don't know if we can finish this thing. This is the main topic here. This is where your assignment is. So let me just rush it. So there are type of referencing. There are basically three type of referencing. The first one is relative referencing. The second one is absolute referencing, and then the mixed referencing. So the one that the relative referencing is the one that we've been doing, relative. So you can see relatively, this thing is moving relatively. So when you add here, add these three things here. When you come down here, move down, add the same, do the same thing here. If you come down here, move down, like relatively, it is following me as I move. All right. If I come down here, for you to get what is here, you move from here down to this place, add this and this and this, and populate it here. If you move down, just keep moving, following me, relative, like something that is relative, following, just follow. Don't do anything, just follow me, do anything I do. That is relative, relatively referencing. So we have relative referencing. We have another one called absolute referencing and mixed referencing. So let us do these two now, and then we take our assignment and we go. I'll try as much as possible to be very fast. Please just try to understand. In case you don't understand, just watch the video. Because of our time, I may not have time to explain detail, but this is the main thing. It's very, very complex, which means I am going to open a new cell. Let me come to this one, open a new cell. So let's quickly do another table. This table is going to be name. So maybe we want to have, this one is going to be country. This one is going to be amount. So the amount in Naira. This is going to be amount in Naira. So what we want to do here, we want to check our students in different countries and how much they paid in their own country. Maybe this is USA, and then this is UK. Sorry. This is amount in UK pounds. Let me just use P, and so on and so forth. But we cannot put all of them. Maybe this is Chris. This is Ebuka. I'm not going to put a lot of. Let's just use only 5. Let's just use only 5. This is Marco. This is Sumi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is Kiki. All right. So let's assume that I'm in Nigeria, and then Ebuka is in Ghana. Okay, Ghana currency is not here. We can add Ghana later. Then this person is in UK, and this person is in Nigeria, and this person is in amount. This is UK, Naira, pounds, and dollar. So let's just say this person is in Ghana. Maybe we can add Ghana as well. No, Kiki don't like Ghana. Maybe she likes USA. So these ones are bolding. Let's call it bold. Okay. Okay. So what do I want to do now? This is the exchange. Let's call this one exchange. So exchange rate. We want to use the exchange rate to calculate how much each of the students paid in their own currency. Yeah. Exchange rate. So this is for USA. USA. This is for, okay. This is for UK. Yeah. Which other country? USA and UK, right? Maybe let's add Ghana. Let's add Ghana. Okay, so good. So we want to know the exchange rate. Of course, in Naira, everything here is in Naira, right? So let's say everybody paid 30,000. This person paid 30,000. This person paid 30. Maybe this person paid half payment, 21 20,000 or even 21,000. So when you're typing in Excel, you don't put this thing by yourself. You see, Excel automatically puts it for you. This person paid 20,000. I just want to use different amounts so that this person paid maybe 30,000 and this person paid 15,000. All right. So we want Excel to help us check using the current exchange rates. Let's quickly go to where's Google? Where's Google? Let's go to Google and check what is current rates. So if you want to know current rate, just use zeg.com. This one tells you the current rate of today. Let's start with the US, converting to Nigeria. Then you go to convert. It's going to tell you what the rate is at. Okay, as of today, GP pounds, £1 is how much? It's 2011. So we'll come back to pound is 2011. Right? We are right. So let's check for UK and Ghana, US and Ghana. So I'll just come here and change it to USA. I think it's United States here. So one is 1,538. This is 1,539. Then let's do Ghana. Ghana should be 150 naira. Ghana cedi 150 naira, right? So go back. So this is Ghana is 150 naira. While USA is 1,538. Great. So we want to know, that means we're going to add Ghana here. Amounts in Ghana cedis. So this thing is already in Naira. We want to know how much everybody is going to pay in their own currency. Now, Naira, let's put this ones. Let's format the currency. Here is going to be what? Come to currency. There's no Naira here, right? If I wanted it to be dollars, I'll choose this one. It to be dollar, but there's no dollar. It's not dollar, it's Naira. I'll click here and click here. It's now formatted as Naira. So whatever is going to be here, we want it to be in dollars. Format it in dollar. Whatever is going to be here, we want it to be in pounds. So format it to pounds. Which of them is pounds? This is pounds. Then whatever is going to be here is Ghana. So let's leave Ghana. Now this is the current exchange rate, and we want it to be here. We want Excel to come here and check exchange rate and use it to convert. So normally, what is going to be here will be 30,000, right? Divided by what is here, which is 1538 for USA. It's going to be 1538. So if you put equal to here, automatically it's going to calculate it for us. So this is the amount that this person is going to pay, 19.51. Now let's try to drag it down. Excel doesn't understand what we mean because obviously we did it manually. We did hard coding, so you cannot hard code. So Excel cannot understand. Now let's try another thing and see if Excel will understand and populate it for us. Shebi, you know that this is wrong, right? These values are wrong because we did it manually with our hand. So let's now do the normal way, the one that we did here, and then we got all this one by dragging it down. So let's come here. We do equal to, we want to select here, which is F4, right? F4 divided by, what is the value here? N3. N3, good. It has given us the value here. So alternatively, I can just come here and say equal to, I'll click here and then put over. I'll come and click here. Then I've gotten it. This is good. This is correct. So let's now drag it down and see what we are getting. Oh, that's giving us error. And the error says division by 0 is not possible. So the reason is because Excel wants to do the same thing that we did. He came here and saw what we did. He said, okay, we came here, we collected this one, which is F4, and then divided it by N3, this value here. He said, okay, yes, I've seen what you did. Let's go on. It will come down here. it will do the same thing. It will come down here also and pick what is there, 21, and go here and try to pick what is there. It will see 0. That's why I say division by 0 is not possible. If you come here now and put a value, maybe 1.5, and come out, have you seen it as putting a value? It picks what is here. Did you get what I don't know if you, so are you following, please? Is anybody following me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Excel has seen what you did, and we don't want to keep writing this thing down. Imagine if we keep writing because we want to populate this. We just want it to pick only the one that is here, only this one. Don't do any other thing. So it will tell us, no, it is impossible. I must pick what is down here. So this is called relative referencing. It is following it relatively. As I go down, it will go down as well and be following me to populate this thing, because that is what we are used to. That's what we've been doing here. So it is following us to do the same thing. But this now brings us to the next type of referencing, which is fixed or absolute referencing. Absolute referencing is also called fixed referencing. We want this thing fixed here. Just go here. Don't move. Pick whatever I hear. Use it to multiply all these things. Then Excel was okay. Let's do that. So let me highlight all this one and delete. Let's now do it again. Equal to, I'll say what is here divided by what is here. But because I don't want it to leave this place, I will fix it there by using what is called, I'll use this sign, $sign. I'll just come here, put $sign here to lock this N. I want it to be locked in this N column. So if I leave it, I'll shift $sign, shift. If you press shift 4, it will give you $sign. So this, shift 4 will give you $sign. This $sign means lock. It has locked, you can see red, it has locked this thing in N. In this N, then I also lock 3. I want it to be in this cell 3. Don't move out of that cell 3. Sorry, shift, lock. It has locked it in cell 3. So what I've told you here is that this F4, this thing that is here, it is free. Be moving. Once I move down, follow me to move down to F5. Move down to F4, F6, F7, F8. But don't leave this cell N3. Lock it in N and stay in 3. Don't move. You say, okay, I've had you, sir. All right, boss. Let's do it. Then I'll scroll down. It will automatically populate. So if you come here, this is the formula we use, F4 divided by N3. If you come down here, F5 divided by N3. If you come down here, F6 divided by N3. So you can see, it has pinned it on this N3, it's not moving. So if anything happens now tomorrow, this rate now increases and went to 1,600. If it changes to 1,600, no problem. It automatically updates for us without changing. Can you see that? So now
I have a question, sir.
Okay, please.
Okay, my question is that is it only the $sign that we can use to log this in? Can't we use another currency sign? Thank you.
No, that $sign is not currency. We're not talking about currency here. That $sign, this $sign is not currency. It's just formula. You see it as a formula. This is the formula. This thing cannot change. It's not dollar. Don't see this thing as dollar. It's just the formula. Like, okay, why didn't you ask me about this division sign? Why are we not using plus here or minus here? It's because it is the division that is needed here. The formula for dividing is division sign. The formula for locking is $sign. Do you get me, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
so it is not currency. It's not currency. It's the formula. So
all right.
we locked it here. Don't move. Just be here. All right, but you can move these ones. So now, how about these ones? Do we need to come back here and do the same thing? No, I don't want to come back, because normally I'm supposed to come back here and say, okay, equal to this one divided by this one. Then I will lock it, right? And then it will work out. But no, I don't want to do that. I want to drag, because we're used to dragging since morning, since we started this class, we've been dragging. We'll drag this one, we'll drag this one. So why not we continue here? So now let's drag. We'll now drag it to this place to populate these ones. It will populate for us. But it is wrong figure. This is wrong because what Excel will do is that it will come to this place. Since that's what we did, F5, since F4, N3, it will still be holding it on N. So it will be using the US value. Now it will, when it come here, it will now move to this G. All right, because it is moving. So what is here is going to be G. You can see G4. And it will now move this one. It will still be holding this one, N3, because we locked this one. When it come here, it will move to H. Because remember, when we got to this one was what is here. So if we want to get what is here, it will be what is here, right? If we want to get what is here, it will be what is here. It will be moving like this. So it will give us the wrong value. Therefore, that formula cannot work. So this is called absolute referencing. We locked this one. The absolute referencing worked for us, but we need mixed referencing. We need to mix it. Now, to get this one, we want this movement. When it comes here, we want it to be moving like this in this row. We want it to be moving across these 3 rows. If we want to get for USA, we want it to be in this row. If we want to get for pounds, we want it to move to UK. If we want to get for Ghana cedis, we want it to move to Ghana cedis. Then if we want to get for Ebuka, we want it to come down. We want it to come down here. We want it to just move like that. And so this formula cannot work, this formula that we used here. So this is called absolute or fixed reference. And as you can see, we fixed it here. No movement. But once you release it and allow it to move, it becomes mixed. It is now mixed referencing. I just pray that somebody understands this, and even if it's just one person. Please, you guys understand?
We are trying.
Yes, sir. We understand, sir.
Do you understand absolute referencing?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now
Yes.
let's try mixed referencing. So we have done, where did I even write all those things? Type of referencing. So the first one, remember, it is relative referencing. The second one is absolute. Just after this now, I'll just show you assignment. So we closed. All right, we closed. So we have done this one. This one is good. We have learned it. So the one that we've been using since is relative, right? We know it's relative. Do we know? Do we understand it? Did we learn that one? Please
Yes,
let me
sir.
know. All right, great. So relative referencing is good. We have learned it. Absolute referencing, we have learned it. Now, mixed referencing is to achieve that. I want to move both ways. I don't want to move only one way. So this formula cannot work. Let's remove it. So we'll come again, equal to, I want to divide this one, divide it by $. So now, if I want to move it both ways, I want it, once I come here, go to UK. Once I come to Ghana, go to Ghana. So what it means is that I am going to, okay, let's start from here first. I want it, when it comes down here, calculate for Ebuka. When it comes down here, calculate for Marco. But don't move to G, remain in F. All right, don't move to G, just keep going down. When I come here now, when I'm going down, keep going down, but don't move, don't go to G. When I'm in H, remain in F, just because Naira is our base currency that we're multiplying with. So when I'm in USA, remain in F, don't move, just remain here. When I'm in P, remain in F, don't move. Remember the first time that we did it was moving. When we wanted to calculate for P, it now came to USA. When we wanted to calculate for Ghana, it came to P. So remain here, don't move in the column, remain in this column. So I will lock F. I will lock only F. I've locked F. And now for 4, I want it to be moving. When I want to do USA, be in F. All right. When I want to do for pounds, H, don't move to G, remain in F. All right. But when I want to do for Ebuka, you can change number. You can step down to 5, to this F5. When I want to do for 6, when I want to do for Makwar, step down to F6, F7. So you can actually step down, like move, but don't leave F. I've locked F. Then, so I've locked horizontal column. Then when it comes to this place, when I come to USA, be in N, stay in N. Now, when I want to do for Ebuka, remain in N in Ebuka. When I want to do for Marco, I remain in N, Marco. Sorry, remain in N here. Don't go, don't move anywhere. Don't move horizontally, don't go down. Just stay in N. So the only movement you're allowed to do here is horizontal movement. Here you can do vertical movements. Here, do horizontal movement. So when I'm doing for G, for pounds, move to pounds. So what this movement is, what is letters that are moving. N from N for USA, be in N for UK, go to O. For pounds, for Ghana, sorry, go to P. But remain in the same row. Don't leave this number, what? 3. So this is 3 now. Don't leave this row 3. So I'll lock 3 here. I'll lock 3. Sorry. Are you seeing what is going on here?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
we have achieved what we want. Now we've told it, don't leave F, but move, the number should be moving. So the number is gotten from the, like if I go down to, if I'm increase, use 4, F4. If I go down to what? To Ebuka, use F5. If I go down to this one, just like that. So let's see what we've done. Let's test it. If I go down, this is correct. If I go like this, this is also correct. So we've gotten it. And this is called mixed referencing. Let me mute everybody. I just hope one person, I just need only one person to understand. Only one person. I don't know. Please, do you understand? Does anybody
Yes.
understand?
Yes. So
Yes, sir.
my understanding is simple. What I realized you did was that for those letters, row number or column number that were constant, they were the ones that you put the $sign or you referenced. And for the ones that were not constant, that were going to change, you didn't put anything in front of them when you were doing it.
Thank you. Yes. So where you want to change, don't lock it. Wherever you want, like here now, want F. We don't want F to change. We want this thing anywhere you are in this column. Stay in F. Don't leave F. Don't leave this column. But since you're going to be moving around, change your column number. You can be changing your row numbers. If you come down here, change to the next number, which is F5. Here will be F6. Here will be F7. Okay, let's click it. You can see F6. Here's F5. Here's F7. Here's F. If I have another one here, F8 and all that. Then, if you're going this way, now you are supposed, since we have information in one row, don't leave that row, but you can change position. You can change your column, but remain in this one row. So if we come here, you can see N. This is N because we are doing for USA. If you want to do for pounds, the pounds is in O. It will move to O. You can see O. That moved to O. But don't leave row 3. All the information you need is in row 3. Don't leave that row 3. Despite your movement, no matter how far you go, remember where you're coming from, which is your home. Your home is row 3. Don't leave it. That's what it has maintained here. Can I mark this one good? Let me mark it good.
Yes, good.
All right, Marco, please go ahead with your question, Marco.
Okay, sir. It's a kind of contribution, sir. Another thing I observe here is that while referencing a cell, you have to take the pattern of the cell you are referencing. For example, the column you wrote the amount in USA, amount in pound, and amount in Ghana cedis. You also reference it the same order, USA, UK, and Ghana cedis, for it to work perfectly. Hope I'm right.
Exactly.
Is that yeah?
Exactly. You're right. So just try to listen. This thing now, just use your own language, explain it to yourself in a way, or rewatch this video, understand this, that's the best way to understand it. The way I understood it and it worked for me is that if I am going like this downwards, if I'm going downward, remain in this column, don't leave this column, but move, the number should be moving. So since I am locking it to a column, that means the column should be locked, the column F, but the row should be moving. As you move to the next row, the row number should be moving. That's why I did not lock the number. But if I am moving sideways, which is sideways, the row number will be locked, which is row 3. Lock it at row 3. This is row 3. That's why I locked number here. Keep moving across different, but don't lock the number. You are free to move. It's just like your daughter restricting her. Don't leave the gate, but you are free to move around the compound. So, but don't leave that gate to anywhere, no matter who is calling you. So the girl will not remain in the compound. The compound now is this row 3. Number 3 is the compound. Don't leave it, but you can walk around in different rooms. Room N, room O, room P. Go anywhere you want. Enter any room you like, but don't leave the compound. So that's it. Now, let me quickly show you your assignment before we go. This is your assignment. Please, this assignment, I know some of you. Anyway, let me not talk. So I didn't even finish explaining this thing, but I think I used, you now understand it better. But maybe later you can go through the video and pause this place and read, and then you understand. But whatever you read here is what I've shown you. Now, this is the assignment. Using the concept of referencing, complete the multiplication table by writing a formula in the cell B2 and then use the field handle to populate the rest of the empty cells in the table. So you're going to be writing a multiplication table using this referencing that we've just learned. This is, I've actually done part of the work for you. This is the Excel file. So this is like your multiplication table. 1 times 1, 2, 2 times 2, 3, 2 times, So this is where you have the 1 to 12. This is where you have the 1 to 12. So this is B2. Sorry. This is B2, this cell B2. So we write a formula inside this B2 that you're going to use to populate the rest of this. All this cell will be filled up with your multiplication table. I think I have it. Let me see where I did it. This is it. So this is where I got it from. So this is your B2. Inside this B2, you're going to write a formula. Let me try to do something. Maybe B2. What is going to be here is going to be B2 times, this is B2 times what?
A1.
B1, times B1. Great. It did not work. Okay, 0. B1 is 1. B2. Okay, this is A1. This is A1.
A1.
B1, A1.
A2. A2.
A2. Oh, okay. A2. You're right. What's going on here? So this place is this is A2. Okay, this is A2 multiplied by B1. B1. Great, we've gotten it. So this is it. So the formula you wrote here now should be able to, when you draw it this, when you fill it this way, should be able to give you the correct answer. This is wrong. This answer is not right. Let's try to drag it down. Wow, this answer is wrong. So now imagine you're going to write the formula that you're going to drag it to fill up this entire cell. It's going to fill up this one. It's going to fill up all of them like this. Do you get the point? Do you understand the assignment, please?
Yes.
All right. Please, this is for your own good. Try to do this assignment with your head. Don't go to Google. Don't go and ask anybody. Watch this video over and over. Understand that reference. If you understand it once and for all, you've understood it. It's that simple. But if you go about trying to cheat yourself, you're going to end up cheating yourself. So please crack your head. Just try to follow it. Do this assignment and submit in the class. Just when you finish, just screenshot it. Don't submit tonight. Don't submit tomorrow. You're going to submit it on Tuesday,
like
Tuesday and Wednesday. Submission date is only Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday, Wednesday. Don't submit today. Don't submit tomorrow. Don't submit on Monday. Submit from Tuesday till Wednesday afternoon. Like Wednesday by 12 p.m. because I'm going to score it from 12 to 4. Then we'll have our class by 8:30. So when you finish, just screenshot, then post in the group from Tuesday and Wednesday. Please don't post today, don't post tomorrow, don't post on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, so this is the end of the class. Let's have your questions if you have any. I really want to appreciate you for understanding cell referencing because I didn't expect that you'd understand it easily. So, but if you still have questions, let's look at your questions and then I'll explain further. Since we are done, you did not understand the assignment. Okay. Okay, this is the assignment. The assignment is that you should, everything you understand, you've understood what we did in cell referencing. Choose the type of referencing you want to do. You know what is relative referencing. You know what is absolute referencing. You know what is mixed referencing. Choose the referencing that you want to use. Then go to your Excel. This is that I've given you now. You are going to write you're going to write the multiplication table 1 times 1 2 1 times 2 4 1 times 2 2 1 times 3 3 1 times 4 4. Then here what you have here now will be 1 times 2 2 1 times 3 3. So here's going to be 2 times 1 2 2 times 2 4. Here's going to be 3 times 2 6. Here's going to be 3 times 3 9. Here's going to be 3 times 4, 12, 3 times 5, 15, and all of that until you get the last value that will be here. Here, actually, here. So here is going to be 12 times 12. It's going to give you here. 11 times 11. 11 times 11 is going to be here. 11 times 10 is going to be here. And all that. So, but you're not going to use your head to do this thing, typing it one by one. You're going to come here, B2, and write a formula. That formula, once you draw that formula like this, you automatically fill it up for you. You draw it like this, you automatically fill it up for you. If you draw it like this, you automatically fill it up for you. After you're going to explain how you got you're going to explain your own on Wednesday. So if you like, go and copy somebody's own. You must do it by yourself. If you have question, inbox me, and if you have any question, just inbox me while doing it. If you have difficulty, please go ahead, Marco, so that we can close. Unmute. Marco, on mute.
I'm so sorry, sir. It wasn't intentional, sir.
All right. So, in the absence of any other questions, so I'll just call it a night. Thanks for having me. I'm so happy to have all of you in the class. I'll see you again on Wednesday. All right. Jonathan, please go ahead. Please unmute. Jonathan, please unmute yourself. You have a question. You're raising your hand. Hello, Jonathan. I think maybe it was a mistake. All right. Oh, I didn't even stop recording. Oh, sorry. All right. So